وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فوقاه الله سيئات ما مكروا وحاق بآل فرعون سوء العذاب النار يعرضون عليها غدوا وعشيا ويوم تقوم الساعة أدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب وإذ يتحاجون في النار فيقول الضعفاء للذين استكبروا إنا كنا لكم تبعا فهل أنتم مغنون عنا نصيبا من النار قال الذين استكبروا إنا كل فيها إن الله قد حكم بين العباد وقال الذين في النار لخزنة جهنم ادعوا ربكم يخفف عنا يوما من العذاب قالوا أولم تك تأتيكم رسلكم بالبينات قالوا بلى قالوا فادعوا وما دعاء الكافرين إلا في ضلال صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Mu'min, after mentioning the speech and the conversation that the person of faith among the house of Fir'aun he had with the others in the house of Fir'aun, and after they tried to attack him and they went in his pursuit, فَوَقَاهُ اللَّهُ سَيِّئَاتِ مَا مَكَرُوا, Allah saved him from the evils of what they designed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such that he went into the mountains and Allah hid him from everyone. وَحَاقَ بِآلِ فِرْعَوْنَ سُوءُ الْعَذَابِ, and the house of Fir'aun, the Al Fir'aun, they were encircled by an evil punishment. What is that punishment? النَّارُ يُعْرَضُونَ عَلَيْهَا غُدُوًّا وَعَشِيًّا. This refers to the alam, the universe of Barzakh. Barzakh is in between, after life, after this life and before the life of the hereafter, in which the Prophet ﷺ has said that there is no station except Jannah or Nar, Jannah or Hellfire. This period in between is called Barzakh, in which the soul is extracted and then returned to the body, and the life is spent in the grave. النَّارُ يُعْرَضُونَ عَلَيْهَا غُدُوًّا وَعَشِيًّا. Fire is presented over them, or they are presented over the fire morning and evening. The Prophet ﷺ has been narrated to have said that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu has narrated that the people of Fir'aun, their souls are presented over the hellfire day and night, and they are shown that this is the fire which you are going to ultimately land in. And the Prophet ﷺ has said about a general believer and a general disbeliever as well, that every day they are presented, they are shown their ultimate abode. So if a person is headed into Jannah, then they become happy looking at it. And the person who is, may Allah protect us always, a person who did not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and lived a life of desire, then they are shown their station in hellfire, and the punishment starts before punishment. And this ayah is also proof of the punishment in the grave. There is several authentic narrations from the Prophet ﷺ which mention about the adab or the punishment in the grave. This has been the ijma', the consensus of the ummah and the sahaba, that there is punishment in the grave, and this ayah also points towards it. وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةِ, and then on the day when the sa'ah, the hour of final judgment, will take place, أَدْخِلُوا آلَ فِرْعَوْنَ أَشَدَّ الْعَذَابِ. Then the Al of Fir'aun, the family of Fir'aun, it will be said, admit them into the most severe punishment. So among the previous people, the worst of them, the most cruel, the most corrupt, and the ones who did most mischief on earth was Fir'aun. And the Prophet ﷺ has said that he has mentioned that he is the worst of the people before me, and he compared the worst of this ummah to Fir'aun, that this person is the Fir'aun of my ummah. So it will be said to them that admit them into the worst of the punishment. May Allah protect us. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. وَإِذْ يَتَحَاجُّونَ فِي النَّارِ, and in the fire they will fight with each other. وَإِذْ يَتَحَاجُّونَ فِي النَّارِ. This might be particularly about the Fir'aunis, or might be about general people of disbelief, the infidels. فَيَقُولُ الضُّعَفَاءُ لِلَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا. Those who were weak in terms of obedience, that those who were obeying the ones who were their leaders. فَيَقُولُ الضُّعَفَاءُ لِلَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا إِنَّا كُنَّا لَكُمْ تَبَعًا. We used to be your followers. So the followers will say to their leaders that we used to be your followers. فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُغْنُونَ عَنَّا نَصِيبًا مِنَ النَّارِ. Then would you stand for us in suffering at least a part of the punishment of the fire? At least somehow get this punishment decreased for us. قَالَ الَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا إِنَّا كُلٌّ فِيهَا. They would say that we are all in this together. We are all in this. It is not that we are any better, we are in any state better than you, or that we are able to say something to Allah or get something accepted from Allah. We are not in that state, we are the same. إِنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ حَكَمَ بَيْنَ الْعِبَادِ. Allah has decreed, Allah has passed His judgment between His servants. This judgment has already been passed, so there is no changing it, there is no hope. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ فِي النَّارِ. And those in the fire will say, لِخَزَنَةِ جَهَنَّمْ. To the caretakers or the keepers of Jahannam, أُدْعُوا رَبَّكُمْ. Pray to your Lord. يُخَفِّفْ عَنَّا يَوْمًا مِنَ الْعَذَابِ. At least for a single day, at least for one day, lightens up the punishment. They would say that we understand, we know that this punishment we are never going to come out of it, but at least make dua to Allah that He would lighten the punishment for us, at least for some day. قالوا, they would say, أَوَلَمْ تَكُ تَأْتِيكُمْ رُسُلُكُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. Did it not happen that messengers of Allah came to you with open signs? قالوا بَلَى. They would say, of course they did, they had come. قالوا فَادْعُوا. Then the keepers will say, then fine, we cannot make dua for such people who did not listen to their Nabi. You make dua on your own. قالوا فَادْعُوا وَمَا دُعَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ إِلَّا فِي ضَلَالٍ. But the praying of disbelievers in the hereafter is also only in vain. So this is the masala that the ulama have written here, that they will say, Allah has declared that on the day of judgment, after the decree has been passed and after they have been thrown into hellfire, that is the point where dua will not be accepted. That is the point where people, dua will not make any difference. In this world, as long as a person is living, even if they are a kafir, even if they are an infidel or disbeliever, if they make dua, it is possible that Allah will listen to their dua. If they ask for hidayah, Allah listens to that dua and Allah gives them hidayah. If they ask for protection from hellfire, Allah makes such means that they come to hidayah and guidance and are accepted and protected from the hellfire. But when they have lost every chance, then at that time, وَمَا دُعَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ إِلَّا فِي ضَلَالٍ. The dua, the praying of disbelievers in the hereafter will be only in vain. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك ومن غضبك ومن النار. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وحال أهل الجنة. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من النار وحال أهل النار. آمين يا رب العالمين. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.